My name's Nigel Brown. I'm a sound artist from Melbourne, Australia. I've been living in Taiwan for the past 4 years, mostly based in Tainan. I've been working with sound at least since university, so around 2001, so almost 20 years now. And I work across many different kinds of ways of working with sound. So sometimes I work as an improvising musician, so I have a self-made instrument which I use to improvise with other musicians. So this work in Taidong at the Art Museum has been a result of living here for 5 weeks. So I think of it as like a residency work, and I wanted the piece to reflect something about my experience of staying in Taidong and specifically staying in the museum. The museum buildings are on either side of a large grassed area, and one day I was sitting down there and noticed the sound of a woman sitting up one end just exercising like this, just hitting her body to, I think it helps with circulation. And the sound of this simple gesture was really interesting because it was bouncing backward and forward between the two museum buildings. And that moment really was exciting for me because it sort of sparked a possibility. So my work has taken this idea of sounds created in the site and the interaction of the sounds and the buildings. So when people visit the museum grounds and experience my work, what I hope is that they will hear the work not as just something standing alone, but something which is part of the fabric of the soundscape of the museum grounds. There's a lot of activity happening here, there's a lot of different sounds, and so I want my work to kind of weave itself into the rest of the sounds in the museum. So I focused on the sounds from a group of senior citizens who exercise here in the mornings between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'm using their sounds, using sounds that I recorded of them exercising to put those sounds back into the space through speakers. And what really interested me about the site, which I've chosen for my installation, was the echoes. Something that really interests me is the relationship between your body, the architecture, and the way that sound mediates between those two. So in my work, I hope that people will, when they're experiencing it, move around. My piece has a number of speakers, and different speakers will emit sounds at different times. And by walking through the work, you change the distance between yourself, the speaker, and the walls. And that means that the echoes and the sounds that you hear will also be constantly changing in length, changing in timing. So in interacting with the work, you kind of become also an active participant in experiencing the sound.